Hello Earthlings, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, please make yourself at home, enjoy. Today is another week and another 2 episodes of HIStory4 close to you. And literally, I actually, as I said in my last video, I was aiming to just not watch this week and wait until everything is out and then watch the final 4 together, but I just couldn't contain myself, so I watched it. This time around, I actually watched it with subtitles, so I did wait for the subtitles to be available because, yeah, Mandarin skills are not to par. So, and actually, I made a list of what I wanted to talk about. There are 5 topics, so without further ado, let's start. First one. Teng Teng is my spirit animal, and on this note, let's enjoy these next 10 seconds or so. Big bottle, of course it's a big bottle. Oh my god. How are you gonna carry that? I just got why would he order that to the office? Like, you wanna be sneaky because obviously you live with your boyfriend and you don't want your boyfriend to see that you've ordered a bottle of lube and condoms. Could you just not pop into the store and buy it? Or if you're too embarrassed about it, just order it somewhere else. Like, not at the same office you guys work together where other people can also see. And talk about trying to be sneaky with it. Like, could you make it any more obvious that it's something that he should be looking into? I love that man, seriously. Like, Tang Muran I'm aiming to be him these days. He's like the role to follow. Let's not even talk about his fashion sense because that's also And can we just appreciate the leather jacket that I don't know if it's leather, but the bike jacket that Lin Sheng wore? Like, his style has actually been getting better and better since the first episode until now. I'm liking this. The stylist names, they need a pay rise, that's for sure. Okay, next topic. The relationship. I'm actually quite surprised with how quickly the Teng Teng and Li Sheng moved on from being friends to being a couple, living together. Their moves, their expressions, the way they communicate, and the fact that Li Sheng can actually show Teng Teng his more vulnerable side. It's all like clicking in like puzzle box. There's no awkwardness, and they've kind of became more coerced, yeah. So I'm actually quite impressed, and like little touches and a little like, it's just so cute. Like, I can't even. And the fact that they're following through from their open relationship. Communication is key. They're discussing things, even though like Li Sheng did discuss something towards the end of episode 18, but still, the fact that Teng Teng was able to bring up the sex talk after obviously he was discovered with the package thing, because please, that was a bad choice. If you don't want something to be discovered, please be more discreet, mate. Be more discreet. What did you expect? You're in an office where people gossip. That opened the conversation, I guess, and that's also due to Xing's advice. he's the one that's been making him see how important it is, like the communication between the two, and trying to drill into his brain that they're now in like a couple relationship, not best friend, and things can't stay the same as it was before. It's adorable. And actually, Lee Shang being able to reassure him, tell him that he is happy to be number 0, so Tenten could be number 1. So he just give him that confidence and make him like embrace and accept their relationship. It's just like, can you imagine? And obviously Lee Shang is not like, his mind is number 1, okay? And the fact that he was like happy to tell him and confident enough to tell him that he can be number 0 for him, for all he cares. A straight man could never like, he's too great. He's too great. And these 2 episodes actually solidified something else that I've been like, that has been forming in my brain from episodes 6 onwards, is that Youngjae, regardless of what everyone thinks, I feel like he's the driving force of change in Shinsu's life. I know that his actions are somewhat impulsive, but they are necessary. They're so necessary. If he hadn't orchestrated all that plan, I mean, side the rape thingy, it was Milza ethics, moral, yeah, it was. But that aside, if he hadn't orchestrated all of that and made Shinsu's dad accept that he already knew that his son was gay and bring the discussion out, things wouldn't have changed. We would be on the episode 19 and his dad would still not know, or carry on pretending that he didn't know. Because let's face it, his dad was just a coward in that sense. I'll pick up on his dad thing later next, but Youngjae, yeah, he's like, he loves him and he's acting to fulfill all of his desires basically, which is good. I mean, you do what you can for your loved ones. I don't know the feeling, but it happens. So I'm actually I'm happy that his character existed, because, and if he wasn't the way he was, I don't think things would have moved forward the way they did, because as I said, if he hadn't planned all of that to bring the topic to the table, Shinsu would still not be able to go home. But thanks to his plans, the dad accepted that he knew his son was gay from ages, but was just pretending not to know and not talking about it. Like, how obnoxious can you be? And self-centered, because he's just focusing on his own, oh, I can't accept my son is gay. Like, please grow up. So yeah, he's more and more, I'm coming to the conclusion that his tenacity, audacity, whatever people want to call it, impulsiveness, it was necessary. Even when he went to speak with the dad, even though Shinsu told him to wait and whatnot, if he didn't do it, Shinsu was still like on that limbo with his dad. So yeah, impulsive, yes. His actions are necessary, yes. The dad, we know that in the future he'll come to accept it fully, but in the last 4 episodes actually, Youngjae's role became even more important, in my opinion, to make the dad talk about things. Like, how much of a coward can you be to know that your son is gay, knowing that that's the reason why he left home, and still not talking about it with him for the next 5, probably more? Like, after that encounter with Youngjae on the street, and then he went home and spoke with his wife, he was mad about the fact that he's always the last one to know about things. And I'm like, you never make yourself open to talk. Like, the Shinsu feels more open with his stepmom, and she's not even like, she doesn't even have to try that hard to make him talk to her, because she's open for discussion. You don't make yourself open, man. You are just like, oh god, it's causing me stress. He's just so, oh, it's an older generation and things like that. You just need to be open to listen to your son. And even if you can't accept it, you can at least make him feel like he can come to you to discuss things, even if you don't accept it, if you care about him the same way you say you do. So please, don't try to make yourself as the victim, because I don't feel like you are. The fact that, oh, you're always the last one to find out. Oh, no one tells me anything. Oh, I'm so sad because my son doesn't trust me. Did you ever make yourself trustworthy? Because if you were someone that your son felt he could go to, you wouldn't be the last one to discover things. I mean, he moved houses just so he wouldn't have to confront you because you know you wouldn't accept it properly. That says everything about your relationship, huh? It does. And you can take your time, taking it all in, but let's not pretend it does not exist. Like people that say, oh, UK is not racist. There's no racism in Europe. And I'm like, oh, because it's not as bad as America. Doesn't mean it's not bad. Or just different levels of bad. It's just different. Still there. So, yeah. But then the dad redeemed himself in episode 18, towards the end, after the confrontation, like family meeting and all that, saying that, yeah, Shing says the fact that he likes men is not because he's defective or something, just the way he was born, and he accepts that. So at least even if he can't accept their relationship, he can accept his son the way he is. And the fact that he was able to put aside his, I don't want to say prejudice, it's just his beliefs and views of the world for his son. I guess that shows the love he's saying he has. So yeah, that's all we're asking. We're not like telling you to accept it straight away and everything. Just talk about it. And then you won't be the last one to find out about things, because you talked about it and you let them know that they can talk about it with you at all times. It's not just for his dad, like all your dads. I mean, whoever's watching this, that he's going through the same situation, I guess. Yeah. And that's it. I think I covered everything I wanted to say this time. Yeah. Oh, some random thoughts.